We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. Ditch the busy work. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Leveraging over 140 million qualifications and preferences every day, Indeed's matching engine is constantly learning from your preferences, so the more you use Indeed, the better it gets. Join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Just go to Indeed.com/Blue Wire right now and support our show by saying that you heard about Indeed on this podcast. That's Indeed.com/Blue Wire. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
There's more to imagine when you listen, so let your imagination soar with Audible. Audible has audio titles from every genre that will inspire you to imagine new worlds, possibilities, and ways of thinking. As an Audible member, you get to choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog. Enjoy an exciting reawakening of a beloved classic with the Audible original David Copperfield by Charles Dickens, produced by Academy Award-winning director Sam Mendes, starring Ncuti Gatwa, Helena Bonham Carter, and Theo James. This adaptation breathes new life into a familiar tale. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500. That's audible.com/imagine or text imagine to 500-500.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Committee podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of November 12th, 2024. Y'all, it is not rivalry week. It's not even SoCon Challenge week. It's really just another week. I feel like we've lost sort of a sense of time in this new conference alignment.
So it's that, but it's also that November is weird this year because there are 5 Fridays and therefore also 5 Saturdays.
The idea that that Thanksgiving is the latest it can possibly be has been screwing me up so badly. In my mind, Thanksgiving is next week, and it is not. It is 2 weeks from now, and that is messing me up so deeply in terms of just how my brain is organizing this month. I don't know even how to deal with that. Folks, as always, I'm Jordan. With me tonight, I have Commish, Pitt Girl, special guest Big Sky Brigit, Arthur on the ones and twos. Beth is still on assignment. She will be back, hopefully, on Tuesday, knock on wood. Pitt Girl, how are you?
It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Bridget, how are you?
I'm good. The waxing, not really poetic, but has reminded me that I need to remember to call my sister for her birthday, which is on Thanksgiving.
There we go. Commish?
It's Tuesday. It just I got a new bottle of rum.
Oh, hey-oh! That makes it a happy Tuesday.
And apparently the brand of rum that I had changed names, and so I was trying to order it, and I was like, what the hell is this name? And I'm like, and then it every time I tried to search for the old name of the rum, which I'm not a big fan of the old name of the rum, but I just enjoyed the rum. Well, it's a new name, and I'm like, okay, they changed the name. And then the funny part is like the beginning of the name is still kind of the same.
Okay.
But then you can see on the label where they just changed the back half.
Gotcha.
Of it. So yeah, instead of being called plantation rum, it is now called Plantaray rum.
How
do you spell that?
do you spell that?
Plantaray?
Yeah.
Like plant and then E-R-A, I think.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, it's like nothing.
Arthur, what are you drinking tonight?
Oh, this is some of the wine that funded Megalopolis. This is from the Francis Ford Coppola Winery.
Yeah.
I am, of course, drinking wine because it's the NBA in-season tournament, I'm obviously very excited about it. A classic NBA tradition. And I'm excited to see my Portland Trailblazers, right? They probably have a shot to go far and do some cool things. They said that they had a practice this week where they worked through a lot of stuff. Got if the phrase getting, the elephant in the room was used a lot. So I'm really
Like,
confident in
he tried
them.
to get the elephant in the room?
No, like it was in the room. They were trying to, I guess,
Oh,
tackle it
okay. Tackling the elephant
somehow.
is also very difficult, I assume. I've never tried it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, they have some big players. I mean, DeAndre Ayton, Donovan Clingan. His nickname is Kling Kong apparently. So
Okay.
I think they're up to the task.
I feel like you have to gang tackle an elephant.
I mean, that's what our ancestors did, right? When taking out woolly mammoths. Not an elephant, but spiritually close to it.
It's a fluffy elephant.
Yeah.
I would just go AT-AT, just tow rope.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Got to pull it down. Tonight, I am drinking Woodford Reserve bourbon. I've had delicious things for evening tonight. Got to go out in the town. Ate a delicious octopus taco, one full tentacle. Ate a delicious lengua taco, which is cow tongue. All the good stuff. So I'm having a great evening. I'm happy to be here with y'all. Let's do this thing. I want to start off talking about Syracuse coach Fran Brown and the idea that showers are for losers. Sorry,
No,
soap is
showers are
losers.
for winners.
Wait,
Coach
yes, sir.
Rain is for losers.
I mean, it is the idea of, I can imagine being so angry, I just don't want to go home and take a shower. But the idea that I didn't win, showers are for winners it feels like something you would have, like tech bros would have at a startup. Like you're not allowed to use the corporate shower unless you make the sale. That's the brain it feels like.
So this is a 24-hour rule. So basically, he can shower in the morning. I'm not saying this makes this better at all. But basically,
I
he's
like
just
how
like,
you're explaining it like the rule makes it seem like, oh, well, that makes total sense.
it
It's a
doesn't
24-hour rule.
make no. I just wanted to clarify. Like he's not.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not like
It's
he's
not like
going
he's spending
without a
the
shower
entire
for
week.
weeks on end.
Yes.
Which,
Yeah.
as the Syracuse coach, is a very real risk.
So like, yes, that's I wanted to clarify that. Like it's not like you lose and then you can't shower until next game day, only if you win. No, it's basically just like that day he does not shower. And then basically, I'm sure he showers in the morning. I would hope so, at least. But he's just like, no, I don't deserve the shower. I must wallow in the stink of defeat or the stench of defeat. Like I must
little baby lines on him.
I must become Pigpen.
Pigpen out here.
I am Fran Brown. I am Pigpen. I have like the lines from Charlie Brown all over. just the outline of it, and he says, like, in the press conference, is like his wife knows as soon as he loses, like, she's not going to be sleeping in the bed with him. Now I'm hoping the wife gets the bed.
No, I assume, yeah, of course.
I'm assuming the wife gets the bed, and then he's sleeping out on the couch in his stink. But I mean, I really wish there was like Fran's futon, where he has like it's like outside in the covered patio, or like the backyard
He's
or
a
whatever.
Syracuse coach. He can't be sleeping in a covered patio.
Well, I mean, he was at Georgia, so maybe he could have done that previously. But I don't know what he's got. Maybe in the basement, the Q's basement that he has, the man cave futon that he sleeps
my
on.
senior year of college, I had a girlfriend whose rule was her dorm was like right near my fraternity house, and the rule was if I was out drinking past like 1 to not come over. Like that was just like, don't come over, because I would be sloppy and like not pleasant to be around at any point. And I feel like that is a very similar thing of like, I am the one with the stench of failure. I go to my shame couch.
I feel like especially if you're a Power 5 head coach, like you have to have a guest room, right? Like there's no Power 5 head coach that isn't living in a house that doesn't have multiple spare bedrooms that they can take advantage of.
Definitely. Like the spare bedroom you got to have, as you said, like your couch of shame. We can call this Fran's futon of failure.
Yes.
Well, so here's my thing though, right? I feel like if you're a head coach, if you're really committed, you're not leaving the office. You're not going home. You're sleeping in the office. You're not.
Is the failure futon in the office?
Thank
See,
you.
that's
I
what
was
I'm
just
saying.
going to ask.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it was the Stanford couch that got staff, I believe. I assume the failure couch also has staff or something.
Probably.
No, I mean, like, you can't be stinking up your. Well, I mean, the football facilities probably don't smell that great anyway.
But like not his official office, like the office off the side.
Yeah, I mean, like,
the film room. Oh
the
God.
film-
Oh,
God, if you talk in the
no.
film
This
room.
is
Oh,
the
no.
sad grad
Oh.
assistant couch, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh God, they're all there too. It's like a sleepover of failure because they don't get to go home.
The failure lock-in.
Yes, it's. I can't imagine the smell of sadness and pizza. Like
Clearly,
stale.
you didn't go to the lock-ins I went to in the late 90s.
Oh, I absolutely did not go to lock-ins. I am missing that part of my life because I was not a church-going boy.
I remember we did like a lock-in at like our playground. Like we have like local, like a basketball gym and in the playgrounds we had in Louisiana. It was like a lock-in. Like you were locked in the gym, and everybody would sleep in sleeping bags in like on the giant basketball court.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know. I still feel like that was weird.
Yes,
It was not fun. I did not sleep well.
It's okay.
Nobody
It's not-
does.
no.
You get,
The point of a
30
lock-in is
minutes.
very much not to sleep.
It's
Yeah.
probably like give your parents a break from your insane kiddom. And that was the idea they had in the 90s and or it's still going on, I'm sure.
And theoretically, you are not getting up to any shenanigans since the lock-in is theoretically occurring in a church. I can assure you that shenanigans are had.
Oh, 100%.
always.
I mean, I feel like, you get any coach the opportunity to be locked in. Like, they're just going to hear that and say, like we're in, we're down. They don't need to know what it means. Like,
Gotta lock it in. Lock it in.
absolutely. Absolutely. We're so locked in.
We lost. Now we're locked in. Throw away the key.
I want and someone out there, someone needs to explain to my mom now when I play EA Sports College Football 25, I want the realism, I want the realism. So anytime I lose a game, I'm also not going to shower for the next 24 hours.
That makes sense.
It's a lot more interesting there because you can play like a game every 24 hours. So like if you got a losing streak, like it's going to be a while.
Gonna be a while.
Then you just be a gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do get very sweaty when I play. So, it's a lot of risk there. Might have to start scheduling differently.
This, of course, led me to making a graphic about Fran Brown.
Everything requires a graphic.
Yes.
Everything requires a graphic. I have seen a great one today denied for Diego Pavia since his injunction was denied by the court.
I mean, I feel like the On3 graphics, like they're too boring. They just use a template. Like it's just a text in the same font at the bottom and then like maybe a logo up top for the team or the organization and then a picture of the player. Like I feel like they're too templated for my liking.
What do you want in your graphic?
I want it to be like clutch points over on Twitter.
Yeah.
Where they did more NBA stuff where it was like an action shot of a player and like they would edit it to make it look like really hype. Like on 3, it doesn't look like they're doing a lot of work.
Oh no, I mean it's clearly a template, but I feel like choosing one or two words. I use the whole quote. I shouldn't have. I should have just put shower underneath it. I used the whole quote, which felt way too wordy, way too, I don't know, relevant compared to some of the stuff they do.
You gave way too much context. Like you could just put shower and leave people to figure out what was going on. Like, is he not showering? Does he need to wash off the stench of defeat? How does the shower fit in here?
Have you guys ever had a job with a shower in it? Like shower at a job?
I think technically yes, because I worked at a theme park and there was a water park, but I did not work on the water park side.
So a lot of high schools have showers for the band directors.
Yeah, we We had
So you
showers
have
at-
that option. It just always felt very weird.
Well, I mean, I worked at a country club. There's showers
Okay,
there.
yeah.
Which
But like staff showers, yes?
staff showers.
Yeah, these are staff showers.
I feel like the band director's staff shower must be like a Texas thing.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me because
I don't think our band director's got that sweaty.
I mean, it's clear it's meant for marching band stuff. Like that's what it's meant for. But yeah, it's sometime there. It's weird, man. I don't know. Coaches get them too sometimes. Okay, it's a Texas thing. Never mind.
Yeah, we did not have this in California.
I do want to say, I was alerted to this over on Twitter that the Texas high school football playoffs are starting, and we have some 0-10 teams in the playoffs. We got a 2-8 team in the playoff. Love to see it.
How?
So here's how. In every division of Texas football, the top 4 teams go to the playoffs. Now, some of the divisions, some of the districts are very big, and they'll have 8 to 10 teams. But if you're in El Paso, for example, in the largest division, there's only 4 teams.
Ah.
So all 4 teams get to go. So an 0-4 team slips in. Sorry, 0-10 team slips in. We have a 2-8 from South Texas. Usually this only happens at like the very smallest levels because those are very spread out. But it just so happens that El Paso and South Texas are sort of at the ends of the earth in terms of not having enough people around them. So we do end up with that, which I just think is very funny. I'm very excited for this. We also have, do we need to wade into big noon game kickoff discourse? Because Ohio State fans are angry. And not for the usual reasons. You're
a Big Ten team. It's November. What time do you want to be kicking off at?
Yeah, noon, given the options of kickoff times, right? Like, I think the ideal, I feel like every college football fan base probably wants to just kick off at 2:00, which is not a time slot that exists the way we've organized this. I do think, when people talk about, we do college football in a way that caters towards television and away from the in-person experience. I think that's true. And I think that, it's a bummer, but I mean, you look at the Big Ten versus the SEC, right? The Big Ten got a bigger TV deal than the SEC. The SEC is not making as much money, but the SEC, when they negotiated that deal, they did preserve a little bit more flexibility, a little bit more fan friendliness in their TV deal. They're playing a lot fewer games on streaming. They're playing a lot fewer games that kick off right at noon, which I don't know. People don't like that. I'm personally a fan of noon kickoffs.
Yeah, you've established that you enjoy that nooner. Yeah,
yeah, but I'm just saying, this is the price that you pay to be Ohio State, right? You get to be kind of the centerpiece for really the whole Big Ten conference. I mean, Ohio State is the number one attraction. They're the number one attraction for Fox, and they are absolutely getting compensated like that. Now, that sucks as a fan because you're not really seeing that money. I mean, if you're a fan, you don't get a dividend. But, you don't get a check.
The question then becomes
that's why they're doing it.
It's not going to change anything until it becomes an issue with attendance, and it's never going to become an issue with attendance. So it's fine. People will still show up to the games.
Even if it does become an issue with attendance, they're going to keep doing it because the TV viewership is more important than the attendance.
You're right.
There are a lot of schools out there that we see playing games with stands that are less full than they would be if they played the game at a different time, right? I mean, MACtion is going on right now. TV audience will always trump in-game because the TV deal is what, 50 some million per school?
Way more than Gates would ever be.
Yeah. You're never getting that from your attendance.
No. It's just been entertaining to me that you kind of have this conflict with Penn State fans getting mad because they couldn't get the white out because they played the Ohio State game at noon. Pitt Girl rolled her eyes. Perfect. And then Ohio State is basically their last 6 games are going to be at noon. And they're all going to be big noon.
I believe that. I think next week might be a little different. I saw something next week might not be it, but it's 5 or 6 or something like that.
I mean,
yeah.
But again, you're a Big Ten team. How many 8 p.m. games are you playing in November anyway? And how many 8 p.m. games do you want to be playing in November? It's going to be pitch fucking black and really fucking cold. Nobody actually wants this.
I think that's part of it, is that if they had them earlier in the season, then we don't have this conversation now. But it feels like it's just this thing over and over again. I think Arthur is right that the TV deal trumps all. And yes, Ohio State has become sort of the jewel of the conference. I'm going to grow up saying that.
Well, I mean, essentially because, I mean, this year you got what? Penn State, you got Ohio State, and Michigan has it down. And has it down. But Oregon is what? Linear time is a mistake, right? They're not gonna. Do you think Fox? I'm not gonna put it past them.
Big noon Oregon at Oregon.
Big
9 a.m. local.
9 a.m. I'm not gonna put it past them to do that.
Listen, man. Brunch is big out there.
Brunch is big. I mean,
no,
I don't know, man. I'm not ruling it out because they've made UCLA play in the big noon game against Penn State. They have made West Coast teams do this before. Oregon did one, I think, in 2021 also, before the Big Ten merger.
They'll make the road team as Big Noon. They won't have a 9 a.m. local game at home.
What if they did?
Yeah. I'm not going to put it past them. I'm not going to put it past them to do it.
They did it. They did it once during COVID when there weren't fans, and it was like logistically easier. But they haven't done it since then.
Yeah. That was, anyways. We also need to talk about World of Warcraft, a game I am not allowed to play as per my marriage vows, or at least the contract I signed before my marriage, because I'm not allowed to MMO. No, it's just so that
his prenup just said no wow ever.
No wow. Jordan's prenup. Don't you dare play an MMORPG.
You can imagine
with this 50-50, like whatever, like we will abide by the laws of the state, but if you play WoW, so help me God.
I get everything.
I mean, you can imagine that I have an addicted personality to certain things, and you can imagine what would happen if with MMORPG. So I just don't, which is fine. We're missing Beth here. Beth does play WoW, so she would actually have more knowledge of this. She does.
I played in the past.
I have plenty of friends who played WoW in college,
but the last time I played was like 2008.
They played too much WoW.
But now, though, guys, we have brought into the fold the Washington game this week. WoW is doing a cross promotion, I believe, with Washington.
Yep, at Husky Stadium.
Yeah. Hey, it's 2008. We're just doing things.
What's the goal here? Who are we trying to market to exactly?
Hey, Blizzard, fucking fix Overwatch 2. Just fucking fix it, okay? Don't do this.
So I can't really comment on World of Warcraft because I feels weird to say this for a promotion that's happening when I'm 28, but I'm like a little bit too young for it.
Yeah, okay.
As in like I was too young for it when it was big, when it was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, I don't think it's that weird though. Like teams have all sorts of theme nights, right? Like maybe some of them are a little bit more mainstream. Like I understand doing a Star Wars night before I would understand doing a World of Warcraft night, but you know, if they want to do it, I mean, it's clearly some sort of sponsorship deal. You know, I've seen weirder sponsors sponsoring things at games. They don't necessarily get their whole night, right? Like we're not going to say that it's, you know, like local credit union night at the game, but
it depends on how big your game is. I guarantee you at some D2 games, there is local credit union night.
I mean, for God's sakes, like Idaho and Idaho State Stadium are sponsored by credit unions.
Those North Texas.
Yes.
The Mariners have BECU like nights basically where it's like if you're a BECU member, you can get really cheap tickets to the game.
I mean,
usually
Pitt
they're not
has
very
an
good
official
games,
credit
but you get
union.
Penn
State does too, actually.
Pitt has a separate credit union and bank, both as sponsors.
So basically, they are bringing in, this is part of a collaboration, I believe, with their NIL collective as well. A one-of-the-kind in-stadium experience.
Are the youths playing WoW? Is this some sort of like weird-ass recruiting tactic?
Apparently, there are a couple players, I won't list them all here, are going to create custom University of Warcraft content on social media to promote the rebranding.
Because it's UW.
There's a World of Warcraft themed fan zone featuring different characters from the video game. And the World of Warcraft mascots will be leading the team out into the field. Done. Sold.
That's really all I wanted to mention about it. It's perfect.
This is the 20th anniversary of World of Warcraft.
God dang.
One more year, Warcraft can drink.
So I have a question here.
Yes.
What video game would you most like to see have their own night for your team?
Ooh. I feel like for the big teams, I don't know. Who would be a good Sonic team? Who's Michigan? The blue? I don't know. That's not good.
No, there's no particularly hedgehoggy teams.
I feel like Sonic is about like speed and going fast, which doesn't strike me as Big Ten.
Ole Miss feels very Sonic. You put him in some seersucker. What about I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, like, for your team, whichever you consider to be your team, what video game would you want them to have?
So our team, our favorite team. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I was thinking of Super Mario Wreckers, but
I mean, that's hell yeah. The most Italian team on earth. Fuck yeah.
Or you could have Speed Racer Wreckers with like the R on the helmet. It's yeah. So I was thinking of that, but
what game could ULM afford to have as their?
I mean, we've already had Duck Dynasty, so
wait,
maybe
Duck Hunt.
That deer. Remember that Deer Hunter game that was in all those bars that I never played?
Duck Hunter. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking Duck Hunt, like classic Nintendo Duck Hunt, where you have the CRT or the gun doesn't work.
That's right. That's it. Yeah, ULM Duck Hunt would be perfect. It's great because there's this. I still like the first semester I was up there, and it was the first weekend of duck hunting, and I had no idea about duck hunting. Like I'm from New Orleans, and I'm up there, and I'm in a whole nother world. I had no idea. The campus, like, I have never seen campus so empty on the first weekend of duck hunting. I was like, where the fuck did everybody go? It was incredible. But yeah, duck hunt would be great. Yeah, Super Mario Wreckers is stuck in my head now. I love that one. I want like a Red Dead Redemption theme, like Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like maybe New Mexico State could do that. They could pull that off too.
Grand Theft Auto Georgia. Wait, can I say that?
No, oh Jesus Christ! I was gonna give that to Miami because like the original one is like Liberty City is based off of Miami.
Okay, but like GTA Athens.
Yeah.
The new GTA that supposedly is coming out soon is going to be Florida again.
Yeah.
For Pitt, I have a pick.
Vice City would be FIU's version of Grand Theft Auto. Yeah,
because it's the real Miami, right?
Yes.
I don't know. We got to get Pitbull in a Grand Theft Auto game, or maybe a parody of Pitbull. It would be more what they do. But no, for Pitt, I would. So in the past, they have already done kind of like steel uniforms, right? Kind of like the gray, like throwing back to the. So I think, I think that Pitt could do Metal Gear Solid night.
Yeah.
Solid.
Does everybody get their own little cardboard box that has like a coil attached to the top with the exclamation point?
Metal Panther does sound like a Metal Gear Solid character, or Shining Panther.
I think the cardboard box is how they come out of the tunnel.
They all shuffle out in cardboard boxes.
Yes.
They all pop it off. I like it.
But they're still playing the Thunderstruck when they come out somehow.
I refuse to do playoff discourse on this podcast because every playoff thing going into the final one is useless except for the final one.
No, none of this matters. It's like if the March Madness committee did this for like several weeks.
Oh, that would be great. Hold up. Can we suggest that?
No.
I mean,
be fucking toxic for a month.
Can you imagine how much worse Joe Lunardi would be?
I do like having rankings every week for this, simply because it's a new format. Like, I think in subsequent years, I'll be like, okay, like, whatever, we know how it's going to be. But I like that they're trying to give us some idea of how this is going to work when we don't actually know how it's going to work, right?
Okay.
The 14 playoff, we figured it out. We knew kind of what the rankings would be. We didn't really need the committee to come in and do it. I think we're going to get there with this format, but like there's a lot of questions I have. They're not answered yet looking at the rankings because there's still a lot of football left to be played.
So here's what I love. I love Ninth ranked Miami is the 4 seed, which is going to break people's brains because we know why that is, but there's a lot of people who do not. And so that's going to break people's brains, which is wonderful. I love the fact that 5th place Indiana is the 7th seed, and right now is scheduled to host Alabama. Wonderful. Ooh. Ole Miss going to number 4 ranked Penn State, also delightful. And Notre Dame having to go to Tennessee, also delightful. So there's some fun stuff in here. I love the fact that this is so Big Ten heavy. I love the fact that Texas, theoretically in this format, is the winner of the SEC, is only the 3 seed, but is in the 2 spot. Sorry, 3rd place, 2nd seed. God, it's going to fuck me up to talk about this. And then they just parked Boise at 12 again. No, sorry, Boise dropped to 13th.
But they're the 12th seed. And I think that's the only thing that we've actually learned from this so far, is that the committee has G5 representative is automatically the 12.
Yeah.
Brain, which I don't like, actually.
Right.
The first year that I really, really got into college football was the year that Boise State played in the Fiesta Bowl, when everyone was like, you just need to put them in a bowl. Like, just let them be in a bowl. What are we doing here? And this feels like that again. Like, we know that Boise State is a good team. We know that they can compete. And yet here we are, where they're just like, no, you're just 12. Doesn't matter how good you are. You're just 12.
Before we start talking about any games, I want to start talking about the biggest game this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Big game.
Literally the biggest game in terms of ranked teams.
That's right.
The biggest games in terms of shuffling and conference alignment. The biggest thing in terms of,
it's gonna be a big thing. It's gonna have huge playoff implications. It is definitely going to impact seeding. You do have an undefeated team out there, with their best start in history at 10-0. Never had a 10-0 start before, and it's incredible. It's history. And then on the other side, they're on the road, and they're going into a hostile environment. And
now they're not undefeated, sir. They're undefeated in conference.
And the away team is undefeated.
No, sorry, the away team. You're absolutely right. I messed that up. My bad, folks. We are talking about, of course.
Well, actually,
Montana State at UC Davis.
That's right.
This is the biggest of Big Sky bangers. It's on ESPN Plus only, which sucks. But that's because it isn't in the late night slot. It's in the afternoon slot. Brigit, tell me about how your Montana State Bobcats are going to take down the Aggies.
Very few mistakes. UC Davis is scary good this year.
They are.
In a way that I was not expecting them to be. So coming into this game, best start in program history, right? Like, knock on wood, all the starters are healthy. We got Tommy Mellott. He's stayed healthy the whole season so far. I'm knocking on wood as hard as I can without disrupting my audio. On the defensive side of the ball, you have players like Brody Grebe, who are just a beast, and they will take you out at every opportunity. And it's really call me coach brained, but it has to be mistake-free football.
Gotcha.
Because I feel like, I don't want to say that if you get too far behind that it's going to be hard to come back, but I think this is the biggest test of the year so far. And this may be the biggest test of the year, especially given Montana is not bad this year, but Montana is not as dominant as you would expect a team that just played in the championship to be.
It's an absolute brutal finish to the season for Montana State, playing at UC Davis. Montana State was ranked 2 right now. UC Davis 4. It's a 2 versus 4 top 5 matchup. And then they host Montana the next week. That's an insane into the season. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's on the road at UC Davis, which you didn't really kind of see UC Davis being this type of power. Dan Hawkins, their coach, retired last year. Yeah,
this is first-year head coach Tim Plow.
Yeah, so first-year head coach, you kind of don't see this coming, but they're very, very well coached. They're very well disciplined, and I was shocked that they handled Montana like that last week. I mean,
just threw them around.
Yeah, it was just like I was like, oh, okay. And so, I mean, Montana State again threw around Idaho. UC Davis was able to skirt by Idaho at home,
right?
Because Idaho turned the ball over a lot. So what Brigit's saying is, stay clean, don't make many mistakes. That's winning football on the road. You don't want to get the crowd hyped. You don't want Shredville to essentially put you in the shredder there. So,
and then if you win this one, you can't let the letdown game happen next week, hosting Montana. So that's
absolutely not.
I don't think
it's going to be
a setup.
I think if there is a game that you are going to lose, if you are MSU, it is this game. Because if you lose next week, A, no one's ever going to hear the end of it.
Right.
And B, that's going to look very bad to the playoff committee, given where Montana is at this year.
Brigit, national champion Montana State loses the brawl to Montana. How are you feeling about that setup? Yeah.
I will take the championship because they haven't won a championship literally for as long as I have been alive.
Mm-hmm.
Or the last time they won, I was like 6 months old.
Was it 80?
Not even aware. 84.
84.
Okay.
1984, yes.
Like barely aware of my own toes, let alone college football. So I would take the championship. I don't want to lose to Montana, especially given the fact that I live in Missoula and I wear my Bobcat gear and I get enough shit from people as it is.
Fair. Commish, we have 3 games going on right now. We have Ball State at Buffalo, Central Michigan at Toledo, Western Michigan at Bowling Green. How are those games going?
All right. Bowling Green beats Western Michigan soundly. 31-13.
Western Michigan on a slide. Okay.
A little bit on slide. Bowling Green is now bowling.
Hey!
Bowl eligible. We got Toledo. Basically, Central Michigan had probably one of the most MACtion plays ever. There was a punt that doinked off of one of their helmets.
Oh no!
A punt, and it went straight up. Like it was a doink and it went straight up. It was great. Central Michigan was lucky to recover that. They did. Toledo then just like put it on them. They won 37-10. However, the Pete Lem Bowl is going to overtime right now. Former Ball State head coach Pete Lembo, current coach of Buffalo, Pete Lem Buffalo. 45-45 OT right now.
And it's cold enough that you can see all the players' breath.
It's great.
Oh, perfect football weather.
Ball State had this up with like 14, and Buffalo has had a furious comeback. They scored a touchdown. They missed the extra point. Then they scored a touchdown, and they got the 2-point conversion, and we're going to overtime.
Tomorrow night, we have Akron at Northern Illinois, Eastern Michigan at Ohio, and Kent State at Miami, Ohio. A couple of those are going to be really important for bowl eligibility.
One thing I want to mention is NIU. Their Husky is a captain of the game. So, like, their actual dog
see a
is
C
to be captain.
on his...
And so I quote tweeted them. I was like, I better see a giant C on that dog's collar. I better see like a C patched, signifying the dog is a captain.
If not a collar, like just a big ass bandana with a C on it.
Yeah, a bandana just has a C like right there. I mean, something. And, you know, I quote tweeted the NIU tweet of that, and they immediately followed us. I'm like, I love you, NIU, already. Like, I mean, give me the C. I want to see that Captain C.
So, as always, we're going to talk about our games this week and break them down in terms of trying to figure out what our game of the week is. Commish, I know you had a strong vibe to start with, and this is Florida Atlantic at Temple at 1 p.m. on ESPN+. Right? Everyone's making great like chef's kiss things here. This is our only owl versus owl game all year long.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I looked at Rice's schedule. There was no owl on the schedule. I looked at FAU's schedule. This is the only owl on their schedule. I'm gonna check again because I'm so paranoid I'm gonna get this wrong. I want to be owl correct.
Kennesaw State isn't scheduled to play any of them. I know that.
Kennesaw State's not. No. So Temple is not playing. This is their only owl versus owl matchup on the year. Like this is like
we are in the same conference.
3 in the same
these
conference.
Big conference oh god, I hate these big conferences.
I was like, Rice is not playing either one of these like at all, and like I wanted like the triangle of owls,
Yes.
Like the owl oval, the oval.
We'll get the American to switch to pods just so we can put all the owls together.
Yes, the owl pod.
That's right. I mean, so the first thing I see is basically I get the schedule from like LSUfootball.net and I like throw it into like a giant spreadsheet and like begin sorting whatever the games are for the week. And this one like leapt out at me like immediately. I had to make a graphic. Like I was just like, I'm making like explosions with owl puns.
The cream rises to the top, and the cream here is owl and owl. Owl cream. Can you eat owl eggs? You can, right?
I mean, I don't see why you couldn't, but also why would you?
Again, can is the operative word here.
Mm-hmm. An owlet? An owl? God damn it. Actually, I need to refill in a second, so we'll get there. These are two teams that are also not doing great.
No.
Guess what their records are?
Are they both 2-8?
2-7, both of them.
Okay.
It's the mirror. It's like looking in the mirror of the owl.
The hope of 3-win Temple still exists.
The hope of 3-win Temple. I remember in the beginning of the year, we're like, oh, Temple's going winless. And then they like won 2 weeks later.
It was the Utah State game that we were shocked about. Yes.
We're like, oh my God. And then we're like, okay, how bad is Utah State? But yeah, they switched quarterbacks. And I look, man, I'm loving this. This is at the Link. This is in Philly.
1 p.m. on the Link on Saturday.
On ESPN Plus. This is a quad box special.
Yeah.
Like all the games kick off at like 11 a.m. So when all the games that kick off at 11 a.m. Central, this one is going to be coming on like right in the middle of all that. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's right. At 1.
Yeah, I am yet to receive an email from Temple Athletics asking me to attend this game.
Even they know.
Yeah, Temple Athletics is asking me to attend basketball games instead. So
they know.
Tickets are as low as the amount of losses that each team has.
Oh God. Hey, to get in the Link, that's not bad. Can't get to an Eagles game for that much.
I enjoyed like when Tulane played in the Superdome because like you could just wander around the Superdome. Like you can't do this when the Saints are playing. Like I can go to any section I want to go.
That's why I like more your beer than your ticket.
Oh, easily.
100%.
That's why I like going to the small school Texas State finals at Cowboy Stadium, whatever it's called now, Jerry World, because I get to wander around that giant ass stadium and no one's there. Okay,
also,
so that
beep, 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 beep. Ball State has kicked a field goal in overtime, and now Buffalo has the ball.
Okay. Another option for game of the week, we have Houston at Arizona on a Friday night. This is the 9:15 Central game, FS1. Hell yeah.
This is going to be real dumb. This has dumb energy, especially because Houston is better.
Who has a better record, Houston or Arizona?
Oh shit. Is it Arizona?
The fact that you're asking this question makes me think that it's Houston.
Or is it the same?
I feel like it's Houston.
It is?
It is.
What is
it? Houston is 4-5.
What?
That's right. And Arizona 3-6.
That's not how I thought this was going to go.
Nope.
This is also like Friday night in Tucson this time of year. At least it's a little nicer. Still not going to be great.
But this is that special like Friday night slot.
Yes.
That's at 9:15 Central kicking off. And it's just like, this is FS1. Are we getting Petros on this?
Absolutely. This is 100%. Ooh, hold up.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Do you think the tickets for this game are higher or lower than the amount of wins Houston has?
More.
Same.
Okay, Jordan, got it. Trick question, $4.
Hell yeah, $4 tickets in Wildcat Stadium.
That's right.
This one to me is art. I love this. This is my ideal Friday night at 9:00 kick Central.
Jordan's platonic ideal of a Friday night game.
It really is. The only thing that would be better, I mean, there's another one on that night that's also my platonic ideal. We'll talk about the border war in a second. The other border war.
You know, it's late Friday night. You're out at the bar. You're going for all those Cougars and Wildcats.
That's what I'm doing.
If I may, beep, breaking news again. Buffalo appears to have scored a touchdown.
Okay.
It's under review for reasons that are unclear to me.
Okay, cool.
Because it looks very much like a touchdown. I don't know if it was called incomplete initially, but I don't think it is. So I'll report back.
We also have the option of Nebraska at USC at 3 p.m. on Friday. This is on Fox, the big Fox. This is part of their, we bought the Big 12, Big 10. Here's what you get.
I feel like this is our mainstream, like the majority of our followers want this one to be the game of the week.
Yeah.
I feel like this is because like Nebraska needs this for bowl eligibility. And kind of USC does too, because USC is 4 and 5. Yeah. So it's like they need this.
I mean, I'm gonna go so far as to say that we need this for Nebraska. Like we need Nebraska to get bowl eligible. We need it to happen.
I just love that when you search USC football, the little Google thing that comes up is USC Trojans football, 16th in the Big 10.
Wow.
Also, final update on MACtion for tonight. It is a touchdown. Congratulations, Pete Buffalo. You are the winner.
Yay!
Wow. Bowl eligible Pete Buffalo.
He's also wearing a very puffy coat and a very nice beanie. It's kind of a vibe, honestly.
Okay, other options. Hawaii at Utah State. Is this a rivalry game? Is this a trophy game? I have to look that up.
What is it?
Hawaii at Utah State.
I don't think there's a trophy there.
Why would it be a trophy game?
There's a trophy in Hawaii and Wyoming.
Hawaii has a couple of random trophies that I can never remember.
They had the golden screwdriver with Fresno State that they just won.
What's the one with the milk jug? Is that Boise and Fresno?
No, that's Fresno and... Is it Fresno and San Jose State? Or is it
No,
Fresno?
that's the Silicon Valley trophy.
Is it Fresno and... There's somebody in Fresno has the milk jug. Is it?
It's Boise and Fresno is milk can.
Milk can. Yes. All right.
Okay, so I guess Hawaii Utah is not a rivalry. Utah State, my bad. Sorry.
Not. Yeah, I mean, Aggies.
Well, they're going to be in different conferences, so.
Yeah, true. Oh, that's right. Once the.
God, that really took you guys out of it.
Well, I can never remember who's going to be in which of those conferences at this point. Like, I don't know. It's going to become as nebulous as like the American, where you can't remember half the time who's in that fucking conference. Okay, we're not biting on this one. I will say that the interesting thing that makes this interesting is that it is a Hawaii game at 2 p.m. Central on the Team One app.
That
feels weird.
That feels weird.
Feels on the mainland.
Why? Yeah, why is it on the Team One app on the mainland?
I don't know, but
something's wrong. I don't know.
It's nowhere else. I don't know what to tell you. I know everyone's giving me looks. I don't know what to tell you, folks.
Go home, Team One. You're drunk.
No, because Team One has great NAIA football. Every once in a while, I catch a College of Idaho Yotes game on there. And it looks like it's being filmed with someone's iPhone.
It probably is being filmed with someone's iPhone.
Okay, so we're not biting on this one. That's fine. Let's try Rutgers at Maryland.
Ooh, classic Big Ten game.
Ooh.
Classic East Coast matchup. Crabs versus a ham. Lots of Old Bay seasoning. No, we're not doing. No one's biting on this one. Okay.
Look,
Clash of the Chesapeake. Is Rutgers on the Chesapeake?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I'm just not that interested by either of these teams this season. Like, Maryland didn't even really do the September Maryland thing. Rutgers, they've been up and down. They won last week, but they're what? Five wins, I think?
Yeah, they win this one. They're bowl eligible Rutgers.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so this game is probably big between these two teams for one of them making a bowl, but I feel like these teams are just kind of what we'd expect of them this year, and I want to see more. Like this is not a special Rutgers season or a special Maryland season.
No, this is a perfectly cromulent Rutgers team and an Maryland exists team. Like, there's nothing in this that makes me go, oh yeah, I think I might turn that on at some point during a commercial.
Like, this is a solid game, also, but I don't feel like it's a game weird. Of the week.
The only thing this game has that draws my attention to it is it has a weird kick time.
What is it?
6 p.m. Eastern. That's weird.
5 p.m. Central. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's bizarre.
FS1 too. But yeah, this
FS1 also, not FS1-2.
Yeah.
FS 1.5.
Sorry.
It's like those over-the-air channels that are like 65.3, and they always show Mason reruns.
Like K2 Charge, where the Trailblazers play their games in market.
You are such a Blazers fan, let me tell you.
I mean, yeah, I don't even live in Portland. I don't get the K2-2 channel to watch the Trailblazers. I'm watching them on League Pass right now. They're up, by the way, on the Timberwolves. I mean, we're talking about Nebraska. I have good vibes about Nebraska right now because Delano Banton is killing it right now.
So why is Michigan State at Illinois important, Commish?
Oh my God. This is
that sounded so like you just took a
shot oh my God, I love this. I'm
gonna get a drink, I'll be right back. Keep talking.
No, this is incredible because
is he going to go get more Jaeger?
This game has huge tiebreaker implications in the Big Ten. So Illinois and Michigan State, the winner of this one basically can tip a tiebreaker and put a different team in to the Big Ten title game if everybody finishes undefeated essentially. So this is kind of, and then, or maybe one loss here and there because the strength of schedule thing, which is strange. So this game itself, not necessarily too incredibly sickos, but the scenarios that it could spawn.
I brought the bottle.
Incredibly sickos. Yeah. So there's the winner of this game could basically tip the scales to the tiebreak in favor. Let's see. I think Indiana beat Michigan State, so that can help them. But I think Penn State beat Illinois, so that can help Penn State. There is, and then Oregon beat Illinois. Oh man, there is gonna be some weirdness here, and just basically this game is kind of important for other teams, not just the two teams that are playing it.
So we have second order effects here. There's knock-on effects.
There's basically the Brett Bielema butterfly effect.
Ugh.
Well,
the butterfly effect.
The butterfly effect.
What I would say about this game is that it's very important for my ongoing tracking of what's going to be certain teams' best wins. Because like I said, we're going to come down to the end of the season and there's going to be some teams, honestly, probably playoff teams where I'm like, what's their best win? And we got to really think about it. Illinois is a big candidate to be the best win for Penn State. So
yeah,
this is a big game for them.
Right.
I don't think Michigan State could be Indiana's best win, but it might still be theoretically possible if they win out. So,
if they win out,
I was just saying, if Indiana wins out, Ohio State's their best.
No, I'm saying about if Michigan State wins out, if they win. Obviously, if Indiana beats Ohio State, then Ohio State's their best.
Yeah.
Win.
Hey guys, do you know who Texas's best win is right now?
Well, it's not Florida.
It's Vanderbilt.
It's Vandy. Yeah.
Oh
no!
We're playing the music for that.
No, you don't get to play the music for that.
Get the music out of here.
It's Vandy. Okay. So, I agree with you. This was going to be more important, I think, for the knock-on effects than anything else.
So
I do love the color match, though.
Every time you play that music, Jordan, I'm just going to drop an ad.
We're going to put an ad marker. Hit the mid-roll ad marker right where he drops the music.
There are so many reasons to travel. Apogee Travel is giving you a new one, and it's real good. With Apogee Travel, you get the same hotel deals as all the other booking sites, but now you can support charities you care about at the same time. You don't have to change where you go, what you do, or how much you pay. All you have to change is where you book. You pick your hotel deal, choose your charity to support, and enjoy your trip. Simple as that. Apogee Travel is changing the booking industry for good. Book your next trip and make a real difference at apogeetravel.com. Or download the Apogee Travel mobile app in the app stores. Forget one-size-fits-all diets. With Noom, you get a personalized weight loss plan that's tailored to your lifestyle. Have cravings? Food FOMO? Noom can help you lose weight while still enjoying your favorite foods. Noom's users love the flexible approach, blending psychology and biology to help you lose weight in a way that's sustainable for you. Plus, you can rest assured Noom's approach is grounded in science. They've published more than 30 peer-reviewed scientific articles describing their methods and effectiveness. Stay focused on what's important to you with Noom's psychology and biology-based approach. Sign up for your trial today at Noom.com.
Baylor at West Virginia. The best culture clash?
I mean,
is this
BYU
really culture
at West
clash?
Virginia would be a vibe.
Say again, Pitt Girl?
BYU at West Virginia would be a vibe in terms of culture clash.
Yeah.
I mean, you have folks who theoretically do not drink, Baylor and BYU, versus West Virginia fans who.
I feel like Baylor fans have relaxed a lot on that. I'm gonna.
Well, they do allow dancing on campus now, and that wasn't true through the 90s.
I was just about to ask about that because BYU does dance.
Yeah, I would say like
hip hop
teams like Baylor and BYU. Those fan bases, maybe they're fan bases that don't have a good time. But West Virginia, that's a fan base that does have a good time when they go to a football game, so to speak.
And the weather is nice.
That's a good point. Hey, wild and wonderful West Virginia, you know.
Is that what their saying is?
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's been wild, wonderful West Virginia for forever and ever and ever. Like wild, wonderful.
Okay, sure.
Let's see the
State's
weather.
Gone wild. West Virginia.
I do not want to see West Virginia's OnlyFans.
And now on the main stage, West Virginia.
It's just them trying to raise money for Neil Brown's buyout.
Yeah,
actually, they have two complete.
I'm really surprised we have not seen that yet.
They have two competing ones. There's the one that's trying to raise money for fire Neil Brown billboards, and then there's the one trying to raise money for keep Neil Brown billboards.
Where are the keep Neil Brown West Virginia fans?
I don't think that's
there has to be at least one with billboard money.
If you are a West Virginia keep Neil Brown guy, I would like to talk to you.
I have a survey for you.
Yeah.
All right. So I like this Baylor versus West Virginia game because it is a bowl eligible bowl.
Okay, we're getting to that point now. We have to start breaking that down more because yes, this is a bowl eligible.
That's right. The winner of this game, it is a bowl eligible. They are bowl eligible. Baylor at some point in the season, probably just like looking at like that. There's no way we're making a bowl. They're 5-4. West Virginia was like, is Neil Brown surviving or not? You know, they're on the precipice of another bowl, which, you know, again, they have. Oh man!
I'm trying to think of how low we can drop. How low can we drop West Virginia in a bowl game? I mean, we can get them down to the Radiance Technology. We can get them to the Independence Bowl.
Oh,
I'm not going to be in town for that, unfortunately. But holy shit, that would be a lot of fun.
I mean, I don't know how far is the drive San Antonio to Shreveport.
It's long. It's 3 hours from my house, and it felt a lot longer than 3. I won't lie. Or maybe
like 7.5 for me.
I used to play in the Shreveport Symphony every once in a while. It was a long ass drive.
6 minutes and 50 seconds. Every 50 6 hours and 50. Okay.
Wow.
It's only
Damn.
7 minutes
Is there
to
a secret
Shreveport.
maglev between them now?
Jesus Christ.
I'm like he plays for Georgia.
Fucking rail guy.
No, he's got is the GTA mod that makes it go at like 9.
I can't even I wasn't even close. It's
Commish
6
can
hours.
teleport,
6
actually.
hours.
It takes
6
a little bit.
hours and 50 minutes. I can go another way. That's 6 hours and 45 minutes.
Oh.
But it's basically 7 hours. I would have to stay overnight in Shreveport, which there's no way I could do 7 hours there and 7 hours back in the same day.
No.
Especially after the game.
You could
You
barely
can sleep in our office.
That's true.
I could sleep in the actual hotel that we say that is our.
It's no longer a Hampton Inn, though.
I know
I found that out.
different. I know it's something different. So we got to figure it out. But
Can I take a second to play the schedule game with West Virginia since Beth is going to get mad at me for it? West Virginia's last 3 games are Baylor, UCF, and at Texas Tech.
Oh, Christ.
I mean, that's like potentially like 7-win West Virginia, maybe.
And then like get a weird bowl opponent that you definitely beat. 8-win West Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
Extend Neil Brown, West Virginia.
That's what I'm hearing. How about you?
That's what I hear. Hey, Beth.
You're hearing it more and more.
You should come back. Come back up from assignment.
I miss you.
We miss you too. Wake Forest at North Carolina on the ACC Network, 7 p.m. Prime time. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this a conference game?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, 'cause it wasn't recently.
No,
Would this
no.
have
I mean,
been-
yeah. Remember,
This has been a
this has been
division
the-
game.
no. This was the game that Wake and North Carolina would always play. It's technically it was the conference non-conference game they would put on the schedule with each other just to play each other.
Yes.
So this is the actual conference game that counts in the standings. It's not the non-conference conference game or whatever.
Did you know this is the oldest intercollegiate football rivalry in the American state of North Carolina? That's a lot of like.
That feels like slightly too many qualifiers.
There's a lot of qualifiers.
A lot of asterisks.
1888, the first game was Wake 6, North Carolina 4.
Nice. Just like the national championship game that Rutgers won in 1869.
In 1888, that was probably like a field goal and a touchdown, maybe? I can't remember what the scoring was in 1888. Anyways. North Carolina, however, did have several huge streaks, including a 17-year win streak between 1893 and 1923.
How bad does UNC dominate this series?
They hold the lead 72-36-2. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
they double them up, yeah.
It's not bedlam, but it's close.
It's, yeah, basically. I know that, like, when Wake beats North Carolina, it's like a huge thing. When North Carolina beats Wake, it's like, nah, whatever. It's just Wake. I don't know. I think Wake really needs this if they want a bowl game.
They're not going to be a bowl game.
Happen. Yeah,
no. And they'll keep Dave Clawson another year, and they'll do this again. This is the Wake cycle.
Wake is 4-5. They need to beat North Carolina to get to 5-5. Then they play at Miami, and then home against Duke.
Nope.
Maybe
if they can swing the 2 North Carolina games.
Nope.
They can swing those 2.
You're staying home, Deke. Sorry, Jordan says so. It's time for the ad reads, everyone. First off, as always, College Football Blitz every Saturday for 12 hours. They cut you back and forth to all the radio calls across the country, the biggest games, the small games, everything in between. It is the best way to listen to college football if you're out on the road, being around other humans that enjoy things that are not college football, apple picking, corn shucking, whatever you do in the fall, Thanksgiving planning. You can listen to it for free on the Varsity app. And if you check our timeline on Saturday mornings, we have our koozie giveaway, which means that if you post a picture of where you're listening to the Varsity app, you have a chance to win a koozie. It's great. Check out our link tree on Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky profiles for various discounts on things. Jordan, do not read this part. Plug Blue Sky. We're on Blue Sky. Blue Sky is
I'm just
where
putting stuff there, and you're going to read it no matter what.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Yes.
Blue Sky is what if Twitter was good again, actually.
The vibes.
Like, remember early Twitter? Like that's what this is.
Yeah.
The vibes have gotten so much better.
On that.
It's
fun
now.
It's fun. There's really good moderation. There's really good block lists and functions you can do to just basically get all the stuff you don't want to see out of there. And it's good. There's a little bit of like the tech is not exactly like Twitter, but again,
you know what I like that you can do? You can unattach quote tweets. That's
yeah,
great.
That's
so if someone
great.
pulls one of your tweets to dunk on you, you can just pull it. It's wonderful.
Yeah,
that's great. The fact that it's not full of weird ads that then make the feed not load, is great. It's still early. It's still a little baby platform, so like it does have bugs, but they're kind of the like nice friendly bugs where it's like, okay, this is like a stick bug walking by and not oh god, what is
like,
that?
It's not like fail whale levels anymore.
Right, no, it hasn't crashed yet. And there's someone who joined today who I'm not going to mention that everyone just agreed that we're not going to follow.
That's right.
Life is better for it.
Everyone's just going to block two people actually.
Go to Blue Sky, enjoy it. Also, we have our Patreon for $5 a month. You get access to our Discord, where we talk about our weekly ratings debates, live chat during games, do our research. As we get closer to the off season, we always have new research projects. If you have ideas, dump them there. We also have our different podcasts, including a premiere podcast this week, Too Fast, Too Sickos, that Arthur and Joey recorded on our Patreon only feed. Thank you so much for that. We have our merch store with over 50 items. It is getting to be holiday season. Give the sicko in your life some love.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Hold on. Let me see how many things we have of this, the acrylic stand that we had.
We have,
like I said,
40 something left.
We had 46 left last podcast. So this is coming out. We had, as of this recording, we have 35 left.
Okay. Go get yours if you want one.
Get them if you want them for Christmas. If you want them for the, I'm just going to have, I want pictures of people putting this in somebody's stocking.
Yep.
Where they just pull out like the sicko stand from the stocking. I want that. Give us something like that. Yes. And we have so many different other products. I gotta get the basketball stickers up there.
Sicko on the shelf.
Yes.
Move it around your house.
He brings you MACtion instead of.
That's right. He will bring you.
Look at my stocking. It's Bowling Green at Central Michigan.
We got you some punts.
We got you.
Do you want a doink for Christmas?
Instead of coal in your stocking, it's safety alerts.
I was gonna say, Daddy, it's what I always wanted, a safety.
I am working on something for December that I'm going to release before then. I'm working on some ugly sweater designs. They'll be t-shirts. They won't actually be sweaters. We don't have enough money to knit them yet. But There'll be ugly sweater designs on shirts. Look for those.
You might want to get them up soon because
trust me, I'm getting there.
Thing. Yeah.
YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, Blue Sky. Are we on that weird like Russian website? What's the Russian Facebook? Are we on there? The one with all the bootleg books and fonts?
Oh, VK?
Yeah, I don't think we're on vk.ru yet, but maybe we could be. I don't know.
No, we're not doing that.
Okay, fine, comrade. I don't know where else we'll be. We'll find us in different places. We're always there. We're on TikTok now. We don't talk about that. I'm uploading things to TikTok now. I'm doing the dances that the kids are doing. No, I'm not. No, everyone's looking at me. Don't worry, I'm not actually doing that.
Wait, hold on.
I'm just
like like when you said I'm doing, like the mic froze and it was like I'm doing. That's what I heard in my headphones. Like it froze. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
We have our
new trending audio. You just see how long you can roll your.
So good.
We have Substack that we're adding more and more stuff to. Look for some stuff there in the future. Shout out to Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to places we refuse to go because we enjoy our sanity. And as always, for the comfiest, softest, collegiate licensed apparel, home field apparel, using offer code yes, yes, 3 ha's for 15% off your first order. I see an Evergreen State. I see Washington Huskies. I'm not wearing one tonight, so I'm not going to talk about it.
You got the UTSA shirt, right? For Pitt Girl.
Oh, yes. He's wearing a UTSA shirt. Yes, the Roadrunners.
Yes.
Meep.
Also, our Sickos Hat Showcase. We have a bunch of hats. We'll show you all the ones that we have currently in the collection this week. They are still all 25% off.
I'm not going to add any more because I realized that every single game we have, it's just basically like one side has a hat. The other side is like, if you want the hat, you got to buy the platinum box. And I was like, it's not just a hat by itself. So I can't do, like, I was like, let's do Pitt and Clemson. And it's like, Clemson, the only way you can get a hat is you got to buy like the platinum box, which, I mean, go ahead, use our code for that. But the only way you can get the Clemson hat is through the platinum box. And I'm like, I can't get a 25% discount on that. I tried.
We will post all the pictures of all the hats we have left. They're there till they're gone.
Yeah.
So if you want to buy a hat for Christmas, do that now. They're
probably going to be gone once Home Field does their Black Friday sale. So if you want them, get them, or because the Black Friday is basically it's almost the same discount that they're going to provide you with. So
by the way, when you send people Home Field stuff, use our link too. We'll post it so we get the money for that, because every little bit helps us, do our things. Use offer code hat. Yes, that's 2 hats for 25% off those select hats, and go fuck yourself, San Diego. Next up, we have Syracuse at Cal on the CW. Okay, how are we feeling about Syracuse at Cal? Right. So Stanford went to Syracuse. We've done that version, but now we're going back the other way, right? Yeah, Brigit, I'm with you on that one.
I
assume
pondering the sphere that is Otto. I'm interested.
Otto and Oski.
Yeah, I'm pondering the orb, but the orb is Otto.
Is Oski gonna try to drink Otto?
Like jam a straw?
Oski's gonna drink Otto through his eye.
It's a straw. Just jam the straw in him and drink him like he's a fucking Tropicana. Yeah.
Take the hat off and
I'm in our idea started. I'm typing pondering the eye, but preparing the orb, my bad. But the orb.
So Oski is pondering the orb, and it's Otto. The orb is Otto.
Yeah, I can do that. That's
okay,
good.
I like that. That's great. Actual like on-field game thing, our Detmer leader, safe, reliable Honda McCord.
Okay, so can we talk about that real fast?
Not necessarily safe and reliable.
I pulled the numbers.
Yeah.
And first off, I had to remove ECU's Jake Garcia. He's been benched for several games at this point, but his numbers were high enough to get him on the Detmer rankings if I didn't limit it to a certain number of games played. But I felt like he's only played 6 games. I can't count him.
I don't know. I feel like 6 games is enough.
So Honda McCord, Kyle McCord, is currently our Detmer leader. Safe, reliable, not. He is safe, reliable. You ever watch old Top Gear?
Yeah.
Okay. He's like a Land Rover.
Okay.
He is safe and reliable for some situations.
May I suggest to you that he is in fact the Dacia Sandero?
Yes, you may. I was gonna say either that or like a Citroen, like a French Citroen. Yeah.
God. Yeah. Hughes, it's on the CW.
Oh yeah, it's on the CW.
I gotta move this up. Like this is
going.
It's in the top 10, I think. But like, it's
gotta be higher than that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got breaking math, Fernando Mendoza on the other side.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my!
2 of our favorite quarterbacks of the season.
Yeah.
This goes higher.
God, this is good. This may be top 5. But yeah, oh my God. Yeah, this is a great game. I love the matchups. And then now we know if the Q's coach Fran Brown is going to shower or not after this game.
You got that. Have to fly back with him.
My God!
Unshowered
Fran Brown cross country flight.
I mean, but he's going to be at Berkeley, so not showering is sort of like normal there. So
maybe
they'll just douse him in patchouli. He'll fit right in. It'll be fine.
But it's not going to be fine on the plane.
Get Fran Brown some incense.
Full of football players.
They're gonna...
Listen, I live in Missoula. There's enough people doused in patchouli that I just don't notice it anymore.
When did Cal fans become like the Malort squad of the West Coast, by the way? Have you noticed that? Calgorithm folks have gone all full on the Malort.
It's because everybody got sick of their AI crap, so now they've just like appropriated Malort.
I'll give them that, because I mean, I'm gonna say this, that they've had to fly across country a couple of times, and their connecting flights have been in O'Hare.
Oh, okay.
And so basically they get Malort in O'Hare.
2 things you do at O'Hare. One, the Rick Bayless restaurant at O'Hare, very good. Great tortas, great guacamole.
And
And then also taking shots of Malort.
Airport Malort?
Airport Malort. That's right.
Airport Malort.
Airport
Malort.
Seriously, like,
excuse me, I stopped at the duty-free shop and picked up this bottle of Malort. Can you deliver it to the plane, please?
So, like, yeah, definitely. If you had to go to Winston-Salem, like Cal would go, like Oakland to Chicago, Chicago to.
I feel like you can fly direct. Like San Francisco, they got United. United probably flies direct to a lot of the places they need to go.
If you can't afford a non-stopper, you know, and you got to do
probably can't.
Yeah,
I guess I can. I can't
do it. But if you're gonna take a trip like across the country, and you've been doing it all year for your team, you're gonna try to save money. You're gonna be like CFB Campus Tour. You're gonna be, you know, flying only when it's necessary, and then when you do fly,
showering at Planet Fitness, yeah.
That's right. I mean, you know, seriously, they had to go to Pitt, probably connected to Chicago from there, I would say. They had to go to Tallahassee, probably not a connection to Tallahassee there. Maybe Dallas, DFW, you think, right? Yeah. They went to Auburn. Maybe they would connect.
DFW.
Yeah, you know, DFW
you
there.
You get at the airport there.
That's true. But, you know, they've come across the Wake Forest flight is I think that's where they picked up the Airport Malort.
Commish, why is LSU at Florida on here so high? 2:30 ABC.
Look, man,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Realignment didn't kill this game.
What is wrong with me?
Game being highly ranked is self-explanatory.
Okay, I guess so.
LSU is 6-3. Do you have confidence that LSU is going to beat Florida?
No.
All right, that's why it's there.
At this point, 2:30. Okay, fine.
All right, you know, again, and then do you have any faith that you know what's going to happen in this game?
No.
Nutsbus is going to throw some interceptions.
Whatever happens is going to be funny.
It's going to be funny. There may be a shoe getting thrown. I mean, there's going to be a doink. There's going to be some stupid special teams play. There's going to be something ridiculous. Like
Albert the alligator is going to end up passed out somehow.
I'm going to say this. I think Ragin' Cajun fan Jeff Landry used a tiger from Florida.
They're taking the tiger home. That's right.
To spy on LSU. The tiger's a spy.
It was actually a paper mache tiger with like an eye, with a lens eye.
Like
a literal paper tiger
back where it belongs.
A paper tiger, a glass tiger, whatever. They were just spying on the sidelines
for 7 minutes
for that time frame, and picked up so much data for former ULL coach Billy Napier.
Oh shit! It goes so deep.
Scab Mike was an inside job.
Oh my god, Scab Mike was an inside job.
Commish is just standing in front of his board like Pepe, like
I have
string.
I got the string. I got it going. It's like
he's just up there like there is no tiger.
We were thinking about the wrong animal. We were thinking about Connor Stallions. We need to think about Connor Tigers.
That's right.
That was good. North Texas at UTSA on Friday night. This is actually UTSA's, I think, longest rival.
It is.
They've played no team more than North Texas.
It is, because UTSA started football, I think, in like 2009, 2009.
Something like that. But they've been close to North Texas, or if they play them even non-conference, like every year they've played them, even when they were, and then they were in conference together. So this is a long-standing rivalry that neither of them want to claim.
This look, man, there's bad blood in this game. I'm gonna say this, like these teams don't like each other. They don't. Like there is like bad blood. The first season for UTSA football was 2011.
Okay,
so that's 13 years. They've played almost every single year.
I want to say every.
They've played what, 12 times? So that rivalry, look, on Wikipedia it says rivalry North Texas. They first met in 2013. Both were first-year members of Conference USA. UTSA and North Texas have played 10 times, with both teams winning 5. The first game was played at the Apogee Stadium, which is now Dat TCU Stadium. That too. And North Texas needed to win the game to clinch the Conference USA West Division. UTSA stunned the Mean Green when they won the game 21-13. The Roadrunner win allowed Rice to become the West Division champions. So UTSA, brand new UTSA, won 3 of the first 4 meetings. North Texas got their first win in the series in 2015.
Those are like the set for the trial years. Those are bad years.
Yes. 2017, North Texas stunned UTSA with a last-minute drive of 90 yards to win the game.
They played twice in 2022.
That's right. Which is, again...
in the Conference USA title game, a thing that existed.
In 2021, North Texas gave UTSA their only loss of the season in the final game of the regular season. UTSA stunned North Texas in 2022.
Okay, so that game, I was sitting, it was a rainy game. I was sitting at a bar in Denton during COVID with my kid and to see some friends who I hadn't seen in 2 years at that point. And I was in Denton, did not go to that game, but was looking at my phone being like, what the fuck is UTSA doing? Because this was good UTSA.
Yeah.
And I almost took my kid during COVID to this game to stand on the sideline in the rain just to be like, what the fuck is this?
Look, man, like these two teams, they hate each other. They hate each other. And this is kind of a thing with San Antonio and Dallas. Like there is I don't know. Like San Antonio and Dallas.
Nothing North Texas is in Dallas.
Denton. Close enough.
No, not even. Pitt Girl, you're going to say?
No, I just have the way that you said take my kid to stand in the rain and go what the fuck just has me picturing you as the gif of David Tennant in the rain.
Oh yeah, just dropping the little
Yeah, it's just pouring on you. Yep.
Guys, can I talk about one of my favorite rivalries real fast?
Do it.
This is Wyoming at Colorado State on Friday night on CBS.
Yes. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh God, I can't.
This is in Fort Collins. This is the border war.
It's great.
This is the bronze boot.
God, I love
which
this
was an actual bronze boot from someone who went to Vietnam.
That's right.
This is the 116th meeting. The ROTC detachments run the game ball from the away team to the home team along US 287. They meet at the state line. And it's been a yearly tradition. This is the 3rd year now. I need to talk about the first meeting of the game. This is in 1899 on Thanksgiving Day in Laramie, Wyoming, before a heated crowd of Cowboys fans. This is from the CSU Rams webpage, so it has a bias. This is the first season of Wyoming football and the first full season of football for the Colorado Aggies since it had been banned in 1894. Both schools were eager to play each other. It was the first time CSU had ever played a game outside the borders of Colorado, and was one of the most controversial games in the history of the schools. The Aggies, led by Coach William J. Forbes, traveled to Laramie with Professor Edward House, who would act as the representative on the officiating crew. In that day, each school provided their own official, and House started the game as referee. As was reported in the Fort Collins Express, precursor to the Fort Collins Coloradoan, along with the collegiate newspapers, that the Wyoming crowd had been very loud and very unruly towards the visiting Aggies. The team took to a windy field in Laramie, reportedly covered with rocks, and one of the 2 Aggies brothers named Emig, E-M-I-G-H, scored a quick touchdown to open the game. Is Emig a biblical name? It's got to be, right? Is that word in the Bible?
Emig? E-M-I-G?
E-M-I-G-H. E-M-I-G-H. I found out that tiger is not in the Bible, which speaks to a lot of problems with Tiger teams.
Yeah, because Florida made it up to spy on LSU.
Mm-hmm. The Express article went on to report that Professor House, acting as referee, was insulted, cursed, and abused in a way that was new to him, at least.
I was like, so Emig, it's probably Emig. There are many Emigs in Central PA. It's from German.
Okay. Yeah, it says the surname Emig can be interpreted as industrious one.
Ooh,
or one who's diligent in their work.
Yeah, it's an Americanized form of the German last name Emig, E-M-I-G, no H.
Okay. Every decision that Professor House he made was questioned as if it had been unfavorable to Laramie. The Wyoming crowd would not only frequently berate House that they should have had 2nd down when it was 3rd down, but also frequently stormed the field, shaking their fists and canes at House and the visiting Aggies football team. cursing them, saying, "Kill the blanks." I need to find out what that actually means. Kill the whole outfit. Mob them right here. After these violent actions, Professor House had to stop the game and clear the field and resume play without the Laramie fans in the way of the game. Finally, after the first half, House had seen enough of the action and traded with Wyoming's official, Mr. E.D. MacArthur, who became the referee and House became the umpire. Once this occurred, MacArthur was said to have favored the Wyoming in its plays and did not allow the Aggies any fair breaks. In one event, MacArthur awarded Wyoming the first down even after Aggies captain Newell asked for a measurement of the ball that clearly showed the Cowboys had missed it by more than 1 foot. The final straw came in the last 2 minutes remaining in this strange and violent game. Professor House ruled that the Wyoming player had used his hands or arms to guard another player. This was known as Rule 17, and in the official football rules of the day was one that only the umpire could call and not the referee. When a player broke Rule 17, the penalty would be for the team for the ball to surrender it to the opposing team in the spot of the foul. The rule continues to state that if the team refuses to abide by this rule, they will forfeit the game. Referee MacArthur then declared that he himself overruled the penalty and that Wyoming should keep the ball and play continue. Professor House took out the rule book, showing it to MacArthur, who then slapped the rule book from his hands and yelled he did not, quote, give a damn for the rules.
Ah, that's where the ACC refs got it from. Cool.
House called the Aggies won the game 11-0 by forfeit, and the boys from Fort Collins walked off the field. It was then that the Wyoming team, being directed by referee MacArthur to pick the ball and run it for a touchdown, and thus claim the game as theirs by a score of 16-12. This incited a bit of a riot on the field, with Aggies quarterback Mills being struck on the head with a cane. Colorado State then said they would never play again unless they apologized. They refused to apologize. That was a whole thing.
And then they played 116 times after that.
They played 116 times more. This is what that game started as. One of my favorite stories in college football.
Yeah, I know that has to be one of your favorite stories because you read it on this podcast when they played last year.
Every year. No, he's
done
it every year. He's done it 2021, 2022, and now 2020.
I will do it in 2024, 2025.
Yeah, it's great.
It's like reading.
Jordan, this year is 2024. You already did it.
It's like the night before the border war.
Yeah. Sickos night before Christmas.
I would add as well. Because these teams are going to be in different conferences, so I don't know.
I hope they keep playing. I hope they keep playing.
They should. I don't think they will. I don't feel like there's like incredible animosity. Like, hey, I'm in the Mountain West. Hey, I'm in the Pac-12. Like, we can't play each other anymore.
This is some real Star Belly Sneeches shit right here.
Yeah.
Like, they're the same, really. Except if Northern Illinois joins.
Don't say that.
Yeah, it's the same thing. One has stars upon theirs and the others don't. I've watched the fucking Dr. Seuss thing. Oh, we have Pac-12 upon ours and you have the Mountain West upon theirs. No one cares. Just join. It's fine. Anyways,
UCLA at Washington of Laramie, Wyoming. I'm observing politely.
UCLA at Washington on Friday night. Not a Pac-12 game.
Is this on?
That is a Big Ten. No, it's on Fox. It's on God.
Okay.
Fox.
All right.
Oh, that would be. Oh God, no. But I do need a game like this to be on Big Ten Network.
That was USC in Washington. Like
yes, that was last week.
That was last week.
Yeah. So this is the WoW game we discussed, the World of Warcraft game.
Can you tell me if you think UCLA is going to win this game? Commish?
Me?
Yeah, you. Do you think UCLA can win this game?
Yes, I think they can win this game.
Do you think they're going to win this game?
Do I think they're going to win this game?
Yes.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
But they can win it if certain things fall the right way. I feel like UCLA has gotten things kind of righted, and I would not be surprised if UCLA makes a bowl game.
Arthur?
Personally, I don't know enough about World of Warcraft to give you an analysis of this game.
Who's the Horde here?
So the Horde is going to be UCLA
okay.
Because the Husky thing is, I forgot what it was called. Somebody like mentioned it in our podcast chat earlier. Like the Husky thing is, oh God, I'm scrolling up. Sorry, never scroll up.
If you scroll up, you find things I posted.
Yeah, true. There was a lot of stuff.
Oh no.
So this is the. So I was trying to figure out if they're horde or not, and it says like the. Oh God, what is the? Hold on.
Are there dog races in
It
World of
got
Warcraft?
added.
Okay.
It got added. It's called the Worgen, which they're like the werewolf type thing.
Okay.
Which they are alliance, from what I can tell. Just clicking on
should we get into World of Warcraft? It's like a thing.
Absolutely.
I do not have time for that.
Should we get into Warhammer?
No, I don't have time for that.
I don't think any of us have enough money for that.
That's really it.
Okay.
So the only thing that I can think of,
a lot more work for Warhammer.
The only thing I can think of is that like UCLA would have to be Horde, and then there are Bruin. The only form that Horde and Bruin could possibly be in this situation is like a Druid, which a Druid can turn into bear form. So there are a couple of different like Druids that you could be. Let me just see here.
Are there any Horde races that can be Druids? It's been a while since I played.
There is. It was torn. I was one. I had a cow.
Okay.
I had a cow.
Tell me about your Tauren Druid, Commish.
All right. He was named Dean Martin.
That's all I need to know.
From the Rat Pack. There you go. That's all you need to know.
Done. Okay, cool.
Dean Martin. It's all right.
Did you ever find a Sammy Davis?
Yeah, there was a Sammy Davis Jr. who was a troll. He was I think he was a troll hunter.
Okay.
And then I think we had the Rat Pack. Who was Frank Sinatra? I can't remember. There was Frank Sinatra. I think I can't remember the race. The race in World of Warcraft, but there was we had the Rat Pack. We had the like all of the it was the Horde Rat Pack. I was Dean Martin. There was Sammy Davis Jr. There was Frank Sinatra, and then I'm forgetting the other Rat Pack member. I can't remember the other Rat Pack member. That's
fine.
It's whatever. So
Washington State at New Mexico, 8:30 p.m. on FS1. This isn't our nightcap, but it's close to it. I'm excited for this one.
That's a spiritual nightcap, regardless.
Right. Like, Wazoo going to Albuquerque feels really good. FS1 on Saturday night, that feels like the right place to watch this game.
Fireball and green chilies.
So I like whiskey that has been, like, the chilies that have been soaked in whiskey. Like, I like that flavor. I'm not sure about calling Fireball whiskey.
Yeah, Fireball is heavy air quotes, whiskey.
A whiskey product. A whiskey type product, I believe they call it.
Well, but okay, there's like the fake Fireball that you can buy in a gas station, and then there's like
the real Fireball.
Yeah, even real Fireball is heavy air quotes whiskey.
Fireball is whiskey in the way that Breyers is ice cream.
Fair.
And Velveeta is cheese.
Yes. Or the Rico's nacho cheese product. Nacho cheese sauce, I believe.
I mean, they're both delicious. I don't care what they are.
I want to get
pasteurized American whiskey product.
Or the Chicago White Sox.
I want to get that big thing of Rico's cheese and eat it like Winnie the Pooh.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Speaking of showering.
Eating it in the shower? Some shower with some sour cheese?
Yeah, with your glasses on?
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
You do need, if it's condensed, you do need to add water.
Done.
Imagine a cheese shower.
I opened the door that I can't
showering in cheese.
Cheese right out of my hair. No.
Again, you are cut off, dude.
It has been 0 days since we have had a Canimals containment accident.
Maybe if you tie a game, you have to shower in cheese.
Fair.
Like Gatorade, like shower, except it's Rico's cheese. It's like getting
a Gatorade bath, but actual Gatorade.
Slime out of? Is this what they make slime out of? They just color it green when they slime people?
I don't know.
Wait.
Okay,
it's been nacho cheese the whole time.
When we have our game day show, I want to bring back the thing.
As nacho cheese. That's all I'm saying.
I want to bring back the thing of like you can't do that on television, where we have a secret word, and if you say it, you get slimed. Will Nickelodeon sue us for that? Guaranteed, right? They'll sue us.
As long as it's not, I don't know.
Oh, that's right. It was always I don't know.
Right. Yeah, it was I don't know. Because Pee-wee was the secret word.
Oh, that's right.
You can't do that on television. I don't know. Yeah.
See, I would say that we should, instead of slime, we should do mayo, but that is a health hazard for one of our esteemed colleagues.
True.
I was with Beth's friends during the Brawl week, and I asked them what they thought about the idea of having her swallow eggs whole and then see if that would cause the allergen.
Egg
like
snake
Birdo?
back.
Yeah, like Birdo. Yeah, you get it. Womp. Womp. I am cut off. Holy shit. Next up, we have so many more games to talk about. We're going to skip
so many more games.
East Carolina at Tulsa on Thursday night. I don't think any of us have strong opinions on this one.
Nope. Go Pirates.
UAB at Memphis, the battle for the ribs. This is the rack of ribs.
Battle of the bones.
Battle of the bones.
That's
Classic.
Right. That's right.
Memphis, great team this year, doing really well. Looking forward to that. Memphis on Thanksgiving Day is playing Tulane.
Yep.
Should be a great game. That's our Thanksgiving. No Egg Bowl on Thanksgiving. I know. Sad on that, but we do get Tulane and Memphis. Kansas at BYU at 9:15 p.m. This, I believe, is our nightcap.
Ew.
Right?
Kansas beats BYU.
Oh.
You heard it here first.
This is it? Okay. Oregon State at Air Force? Nope. No one has opinions on that.
PBSSN. Da 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 da.
From Colorado Springs?
I don't know what, like, the Beavers are just.
They're all over the place this year. They're all over the place.
I don't know. And then Air Force gets a win over Fresno, which is kind of like, what the hell just happened?
That was so fucking weird.
That was a weird game. I honestly, I'm probably gonna move this one up.
Does Tulane survive at Annapolis?
That's kind of like, I need to check the weather here.
Because this could get really weird really fast.
I feel like both teams are only going to get 8 drives in the game each.
Yeah.
Like they're going to get 4 in the first half each, and they're going to get 4 in the second half each, and that's it. Like whoever maximizes
this game
their
starts at 11 a.m. Central. It will be done by 1:30.
Okay, let's see what the weather is on Saturday in Annapolis. If the weather's okay, I give Tulane a pretty good shot here. There was a small craft advisory though. Let's see what we got. Saturday, it looks like 62 and 43. So no rain, sunny.
That's Tulane weather.
That's Tulane weather. I think this is gonna be a test for Tulane.
There's a green wave, but there's a navy.
Mm-hmm.
Are we thinking about how that matches up?
I mean, will they capsize the ship? Or will Navy be able to ride it out?
Will they ride with the motion of the ocean?
That's right.
I want to go into was it Bad Touch?
Game.
No?
Bloodhound Gang.
Next game.
Yeah, Bad Touch. Okay,
the
next
Bad
time.
Touch, yeah.
Next
No,
game.
it lives rent-free in my head like a Manchurian Candidate.
Next game.
South Florida at Charlotte on ESPN Plus. Why is there so many fucking American games on ESPN Plus this week?
Man. These are all quad box specials.
Oh yeah, no, these are all great. This is 2:30. This is on the afternoon slots.
I mean, the American is just I mean, what Biff is 3-6, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Biff needs to win out. South Florida's 4-5. South Florida needs this. Both of these teams, this is a bowl elimination bowl.
A bowl eligible.
I mean, South Florida, if they lose this, they finish up with Tulsa and Rice, so they could lose this and still win.
Charlotte
cannot.
Charlotte can't lose it. So Charlotte's next
backs
games,
against the wall.
Charlotte, they got to beat South Florida. They got to beat FAU, and then they got to beat UAB.
I mean, those are all winnable games.
They got to win this one, and then Biff can sneak into a bowl. We'd have Biff bowling.
I mean, I assume Biff goes bowling every Thursday.
I think Biff is in a bowling league already.
100%.
His bowling shirt has no sleeves.
Does he?
He's got his own fancy leather bag. Yeah, he comes with his own bowl.
Biff has his own ball. Guaranteed.
Okay, so other games, I'm going to rattle some off quickly. Actually, San Diego State UNLV is our actual nightcap. It's a 9:30 kick. That game will end at about 12:30. That one feels good. This is on CBS Sports Network in Vegas.
Da, 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 da.
Great choice there. Missouri at South Carolina on the SEC Network at 3:15. I really appreciate the SEC Network is trying to make the TBS time happen with these like weird kicks.
This game is like, this could be like a banger. This could be an affront to God. This could be like,
Commish,
just like
two things can be true. We can have banger and affront to God at the same time.
And or this could just be like a completely normal game. Like it's just like lost.
No, you're wrong on that one. I believe banger or affront to God are the two options.
Okay.
I don't think South Carolina is capable of being normal.
Well, I mean, against Vandy, they were kind of normal.
No,
like,
their pass rush was, but their pass rush like pulled them in, and I believe the same thing happens here. Missouri wants to pass. South Carolina will not let them pass. You shall not pass.
South
Carolina as Gandalf the Grey? Thank you very much.
It's cocky specifically as Gandalf.
Go.
Is Mizzou's quarterback Brady Cook healthy enough to win this game? And if he's healthy enough to play this game, does he survive?
No.
Status is unclear.
Unclear. So that's my. If you can keep Brady Cook upright, or is Drew Pine enough to beat the crazed Columbia folks? And it's not a night game, and it's the game that starts in the afternoon and ends at night.
Yeah.
Ooh.
7 p.m. Central, Cincinnati at Iowa State on Fox.
This is a conference game.
This is the game that Iowa State fans are just going to like hate themselves after 3 quarters, and then they should be okay after the 4th. They're like, they hate life. I hate being a Cyclone. Nothing ever good happens to us. And then in the
Iowa
4th
State's
quarter,
on a 2-game slide now?
Yeah. This is the one where like Iowa State fans, the sky is falling, our season's ruined, and then like something happens in the 4th quarter and they wind up winning this game late.
We have some ESPN Plus bangers. Coastal Carolina at Marshall at noon. FIU at Jacksonville State at 1. And Sam Houston at Kennesaw State at 2.
Ooh. Yes, winners. They're going to be fighting for the quad box spots. Right there.
Ooh, 11 a.m. kick Eastern.
Yeah.
Weird, right?
Wait. Who's at 11 a.m.?
No. 1, 2, and 3 for you.
No,
okay.
Yep, I did math wrong. Linear time was a mistake.
It is.
Boston College at SMU. Now, I'm not going to this game because I have something this weekend. I am dealing with child and also going to a birthday party. So pray for me. But Boston College at SMU, that's a weird one.
That's a conference game.
On ESPN.
This is a Fenway Bowl rematch.
Oh, that's right. Is that the only? Okay, how many bowls have they played?
The
2.
Wasabi Fenway Bowl rematch. Does SMU get revenge?
There were 2 canceled Fenway Bowls?
There was the Scott Satterfield game, and then there was this one. So
yes.
they played 2, they've canceled
2 got canceled.
So we're finally going to get more Fenway Bowls that have been played than have been canceled. Awesome.
Fine. Well, hopefully.
Louisville at Stanford, 2:30. Yeah, let's not say anything. Maybe someone gets a whooping cough outbreak. Or
who knows?
Was it H5N10? I don't know what the bird flu thing.
Whatever. Who knows?
Okay, Louisville at Stanford at 2:30. Nope. Nothing about that.
No.
Western Kentucky.
Wait, I mean,
go ahead.
The Cardinal goes into the tree. It's Cardinals versus Cardinal.
Cardinals versus Cardinal.
Like who wins? Who wins? Plural versus singular.
I mean, birds nest in trees, but trees nurture birds. This is a symbiotic relationship. I'm not sure.
I don't know what's going to happen here.
Skillful tree could fall on bird.
But birds fly away while tree falling.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Louisiana Tech at Western Kentucky on CBS Sports Network at 11 a.m.
Da 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 da.
I love this.
Sexiest man alive, Big Red.
Okay, I love that Hannah Page, who is the graphics person for the Western Kentucky recruiting page. She's amazing. Follow Western Kentucky recruiting page because their graphics are great. And she had a People's cover for Sexy Man Alive Big Red ready after we posted.
Guaranteed.
That was great. She's amazing.
Yes, she's awesome.
Virginia at Notre Dame at 2:30 on NBC.
Nope.
I hate that.
Nope. Stop.
Hey, I hate that this game is not at Virginia.
Yeah,
because like the Virginia fan like leaning over the bricks, like depressed, like the you know
the sad UVA fan,
the sad UVA fan that we have as an
I relate to
on
on
our
a spiritual
server
level. Yeah,
like we can't have that unless there's a sad UVA fan that travels to Notre Dame and Notre Dame wins at the last second and then they do the thing again. I don't. But yes,
I hope they have a new one so I can send my friends new GIFs of that guy.
Yes.
Also,
GIFs? You mean GIFs, Bridget? You mean GIFs?
Jordan, we're not doing this tonight.
We do not have time for this.
No.
Also, I will say one thing about this game. Number one, shout out to Anthony Calandria. Number two, at the other thing that would be good about at Virginia versus at Notre Dame is that at Virginia means that you don't have to spend 3 hours watching the Notre Dame state media.
Yeah. Wait, can we rewind for a second? Because Boston College has benched Castellanos.
Oh yeah. They've benched him. They have.
It's official now. We're going.
Yeah. They announced it earlier today.
Yep.
Damn. Clemson at Pitt. Arthur, you gonna go to this one?
I go to every Pitt home game.
Of course you do.
I'm going to this game.
There you go.
This was a much better decision like a month ago.
Yep.
I mean, listen, I will be at Blue 7J at 7 a.m. and I'm going to have a good time for at least 5 hours. Mm-hmm. And then the game's going to start and we'll see what happens.
Folks, if you're at this game, go to the Hellgate. Enjoy that. Mm-hmm. Hellgate Twitter is great. Or Blue Sky. Hashtag PittBS, I believe.
Hashtag PittBS. Or you can find me and just click into the starter pack. Like basically every Pitt fan's in there. It's cool.
So how bad is Clemson going to destroy Pitt here?
I mean, so like the one thing I will say about this is that since it became an ACC game, the Pitt Clemson series is evenly split.
Really?
Yes. Pitt won in 2016. Transitive victory over the eventual national champions in 2016.
Super.
And they did also get their asses absolutely destroyed in the 2018 ACC championship game. So, anything can happen.
I remember that.
I am not optimistic about this game, primarily because Pitt is on its, as I said, I think on the last show, something like 11th unique lineup of offensive linemen. So, that's not the vibe. But also, it's Pitt. You never know.
You never know. What is deranged tailgate beverage, Arthur?
I mean, maybe Pitt Girl. Maybe you're gonna find out. Maybe it'll be interesting enough that you bring it up on our next episode.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Challenge accepted.
Ohio State versus Northwestern at Wrigley on the Big Ten Network.
They should have played this by the lake. They should have played it by the lake and made the Ohio State fans fight.
Guess what? It's a noon game.
Yeah. It's a nooner.
It's a nooner at 11 a.m. because it's Central.
This was our game of the week last year, I believe. Or there was a Northwestern Wrigley game that we made it the game of the week last year.
Yes, the Wrigley game was the game of the week
Iowa.
last year.
Northwestern Iowa. It was 10-7. Okay. It was great.
Oh, that's right. Some more ESPN Plus games. Troy at Georgia Southern. Arkansas State at Georgia State. Ooh. South Alabama at Louisiana Lafayette, my bad. So Southern Miss at Texas State. These are all just, ooh.
So there's this bandwagon fan for like Cajun fans that's going around. And
I saw the bandwagon
like sign it for the application. Mm-hmm. I'm like, we're not signing this. We're not signing this.
Oh, I was gonna fill it out for us.
No. Not endorsed by the Commish.
Well, I'm sorry, Jeff Bezos. Is this an editorial decision?
It is. And the Commish has overruled you for Tulane beat the Cajuns. Like what? I don't know what this is. don't do this. And then again, and again, we are ULM homers here in this podcast. Y'all believe.
I love that one of our like firm editorial positions is that we are ULM homers. We have very few firm editorial positions, but that one is one of them.
I'm sorry, that's it.
Okay, James Madison at ODU on ESPNU.
This is feisty. I love these. Yeah.
Right. So this is a really good one because doesn't feel like a super close rivalry, but they hate each other.
Yeah. It's like a proximity rivalry. Like they're in the same state. Like they just hate. Are they connected by like an interstate or something?
Probably the Battle of Interstate 67.
I gotta look at it.
I'm looking.
I know like
that, Big Girl.
Like I know like James Madison's off of like 81, right?
Yes,
like,
81 literally runs through James Madison's campus, but that does not go that way.
No, Norfolk.
I wouldn't even say it's off of. It's in.
So Norfolk in. Okay, is it like the Battle of 64? No.
Yeah, I was going to guess that it's I-64. Yeah, it is basically. You can also take 95, but like, no.
War on I-64.
The War on 64.
If I type in Battle of I-64, I get a thing about the Japanese submarine I-64, which I don't think is relevant to this.
They just need better SEO. This is the solution.
That's the problem. Hey, if anyone wants to hire us to do SEO work, I'm more than happy to do that.
SEO is our passion.
It is. Arizona State at Kansas State.
This is gonna be a great game. Like,
that's a conference game.
This feels good. Like I enjoy this one. Like this feels good.
It feels like
ranked
a good game.
K-State.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be under the radar. But this is like ASU versus KSU. I love it.
I mean, we're down at the more mainstream stuff at this point. Boise State, San Jose State, CBS Sports Network. I'm
gonna say Ken Niumatalolo may have some tricks up his sleeve.
Oh, I mean, if I believed anyone could beat Boise State, even not personnel, but just with scheme, I would believe it would be Ken Niumatalolo.
I just beware, Boise. Like you got past your Nevada hump here. But look out for the Spartans. They are bowl eligible, and they are the first one in California to be bowl eligible.
Utah at Colorado, which conference?
Big 12.
That's a Big 12 game at 11 a.m. on Fox.
That's right. Utah's like quarterback is out for the year again.
Oh, I think he's done. He's done.
Like he played one game and he's out for the year.
Colorado's going to score like 100 on them.
I don't know about it, but like.
Commish Girl, you're having some. Oh, sorry, Commish Girl. Jesus Christ. Girl.
Commish Girl.
That's a 10 a.m. local kick, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Commish Girl.
I'm just stuck on 10 a.m. local kick.
Salt Lake,
in
10 a.m.
Yeah.
No, Boulder.
Oh, what? So it's like 9 a.m.?
Mm-hmm. No, it's 10.
It's 10.
No, it's 10. It's mountain time.
Oh, okay. Utah doesn't do that weird Arizona thing. Okay, that's right.
Texas and Arkansas, classic Southwest Conference matchup.
I would love if Arkansas could do this, but like Arkansas didn't put up much of a fight against Ole Miss, so I don't.
Oh no, they're gonna get their
unless like Texas like completely like trips all over themselves, which would be hilarious. And then I'm gonna get a soundboard if that happens, and I'm gonna get it overnight shipped to me, and I'm gonna play the Texas song.
I mean, why would you do that?
Because it'd be hilarious.
Readers, put a pin in that.
That's right. That's right. I will if Arkansas wins this game, I am ordering a soundboard like overnight Amazon Prime just to
Sorry. Oh god, there's so many cannons. Okay, hold up.
That's right, there's a lot of cannons.
I have to go in and change the settings every time I do it, which is annoying.
Yep.
This game was played basically yearly for decades and then stopped for a decade and a half. Yeah. I'm excited for this one. This is great. This is old Southwest Conference bad blood. Liberty at UMass.
Is this still TBA? Do we still not know what time?
I mean, there's UMass weddings, so I don't necessarily know like what.
This is 11 a.m. game.
All right, 11 a.m.
ESPN
Plus.
I like the idea of just not knowing what time, though. Like just sometime on Saturday.
when I copied this from LSU Football Net, it was still to be determined.
Pitt Girl, ULM at Auburn.
I believe in you, ULM. You can do this for
too.
me. You can do this for me, ULM. This is going to be the game that gets you bowl eligible, and you're going to get that motherfucker fired for me. That's how this is going to go.
So, okay. So Auburn's 3-6, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
ULM is 5-4.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Uh-huh. So Auburn would be eliminated from bowl eligibility with a loss.
Uh-huh.
And ULM would be bowl eligible with a win.
Uh-huh.
I just posted Parker's Stats of War, the graphic in the podcast chat.
15% chance of winning.
Say the full percentage.
15.9%.
So you're saying there's a
chance. There's a chance.
All right. I will get 15.90% tattooed on my chest on the left side right here above my heart if ULM wins this game.
Done. Okay. Sold. Sold. And then we got boring shit like Oregon at Wisconsin, Tennessee at Georgia, New Mexico State at Texas A&M, and Penn State at Purdue. That's on CBS. That's on fucking CBS at 2:30.
I'm not even going to sing the jingle for that.
No, now it's just like a dirt. It's like da 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 da.
Because look, I love the noon discourse because like Gus Johnson like it called one like a scoop and score for Ohio State very like quiet. He's like, and that's a fumble, and Ohio State picks it up, and Ohio State's gonna take it in for a touchdown. And
he was right to do so.
And Ohio State's up 38-0. It's just basically a request. Big Noon has broken Gus Johnson.
Can I get minor key CBS jingle?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Ba, 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 ba. No, it was awful. Never mind.
Yeah, no, but that's this.
Yep,
that's this.
Oh,
game.
absolutely.
Can you have like Purdue Pete play that? Like he's trying to play it on
like
the organ.
Keyboard Cat, but it's Purdue Pete playing a minor key version of the CBS.
Can you
I was thinking like the Phantom of the Opera intro.
Yes, yes. I want like Purdue Pete on like the really menacing organ, like just like half of Purdue Pete.
Sing, my angel of music, sing.
It's like ba, 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 ba.
Oh my god!
Turn your face away from the horrid night of death.
I'm gonna die.
There's a part of me that like wants to actually hit that run because I can hit that run, but I don't want to torture Archer with that.
Oh, I cannot. Oh God, I cannot do that. Holy shit!
Look! Seriously, it's done. I will guaranteed. It's for real. If Penn State loses this at Purdue, I'm not gonna stop laughing.
If they do that, I swear to God, I will record that. Like,
I'm not gonna stop laughing.
Put this together.
I will not stop laughing. I will be the Mr. Burns in the Simpsons meme. Like where he's just laughing in like every single like scenario that could be like he's in the shower, he's laughing, he's in his bed, he's laughing, he's in his office, he's laughing. If Purdue beats Penn State, I will just constantly be laughing.
Beth and I will be swimming in pools of Penn State tears.
I do need to shout because it is rivalry week for D3. And I want to give credit to someone who gave me a lot of this information. This is StubOb Numbers, StubObNumbers on Blue Sky.
I think this might be StubOb Numbers.
StubOb Numbers, that's fine.
StubOb.
Also, Almost 40. I love college football, My Little Pony, Zootopia, Hell of a Boss, and I'm a Furry. Great.
That's his profile. Or that was
his profile. Great.
Oh, I thought you were saying this.
Honestly. Great Blue Sky account. Good guy.
Hell yeah. And so he dropped a bunch of the D3 games we need to pay attention to. First off, it is Secretary's Cup week. That is Coast Guard Academy versus Merchant Marines. The Coast Guard Bears versus the Merchant Marine Mariners. You might ask, why Coast Guard Bears? And it's because they had a bear, an actual live-ass bear they brought on campus, who was named Obje. Objee. short for objectionable presence. Because they're in the city of New London, and because they objected to the presence of a live bear. Obji lived up to the name, breaking out of her pen, climbing into an officer's new car, and shredding the interior.
Do crimes.
New crimes, Obji.
They were right to do so.
Obji also is a super ripped, pantsless mascot. If you've ever seen Obji, Obji is super ripped like the donkey. No, not donkey, mule at Army. I always say donkey, I don't know why. But also super ripped. So Secretary's Cup, Merchant Marine has owned this series for the most part. Let me get the actual record up here. This is the D3 version of the Commander-in-Chief trophy. Merchant Marine leads the series 37-15. So also, Merchant Marines is an actual division of the military, for those of you who don't know.
My uncle was a Merchant Marine.
Like, there was a game that I was watching on ESPN Plus, and it is basically right on the water. I think it's not Merchant Marine.
Coast Guard. It's Coast Guard.
Oh, it's the Coast Guard one. Like the sun was like right in the camera. It was beautiful. Like the cameraman was just like captured by the sun and just looking at the sun. Was like, oh, there's a play. Let me look.
Last year we had someone who lived near Coast Guard who had never even realized they had a team and went to their first game there, and it was great. D3 football across the world. Go to your D3 games. Enjoy it. Other big D3 games. We have the Doling Heselton Memorial Trophy. This is Lawrence at Ripon, the 14th oldest college football rivalry trophy in the nation. Nice. Wabash at DePaul for the Monin Bell Trophy, 129 total meetings. Oh, yeah. The Dutchman Shoes Trophy, Pitt Girl, you'll be interested in this one. That is Union at RPI. For the Dutchman Shoes, yes.
Why? I mean, it's not RIT.
Aren't those just
but yes.
clogs?
Yeah, those
are clogs.
It's not RIT though. You got RPI.
Implying that RIT fans are interested in RPI are some fighting words, actually.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shit, that's right. It's RPI.
RIT doesn't have football.
I once sent flowers to an RPI goalie after they missed a bunch of, they pulled the goalie at a Dartmouth game and in hockey, and we scored on them. And we were harassing the RPI goalie the whole game. So we sent them flowers being like, and I sent a message being like, we had a great time. When can we see you again?
Oh my God.
Some real hating ass hockey stuff right there. The Maryland Railroad Lantern Trophy, Johns Hopkins at McDaniel, it's 101 meetings. Nice. The Game, which is Hampton Sydney at Randolph-Macon, 127 games. The Corica Jug Trophy, which is Ithaca versus SUNY Cortland. They set a D3 attendance record at MetLife Stadium in 2019. This is they've had 81 meetings.
Joe.
There's the trophy. Puget Sound at Pacific Lutheran, 98 meetings. The Bronze Turkey Game, which is Monmouth, Illinois at Knox, Illinois. And then the Cranberry Bowl or the Cranberry Scoop.
I want you to say Massachusetts the way you had it spelled.
Yep.
Go back.
I noticed that typo before we started recording, and I left it there.
Massachusetts Maritime the way you had it spelled.
Massachusetts Maritime.
Massachusetts.
Bridgewater.
Massachusetts.
I was trying to save you.
No.
Changing it.
No. Undo. I want to see him say that.
Massachusetts.
Yeah, we got a picker wheel.
And we have a picker wheel for FCS versus FCS.
Yeah, I don't know what we got.
Remember, folks, we are not counting FCS at FBS games. So next week, or is it this week, when does Florida State play Charleston Southern?
That's next week.
Next week.
On Saturdays next week.
We're not counting 1-9 Florida State.
We're not talking about like Bama and Mercer or.
I feel like we gotta do an honorable mention for that Florida State game, though.
We can put it on a different list. It's fine.
Again, the dirge.
This is our FCS picker wheel. I'm spinning it. Richmond at Hampton.
Richard.
This is a CAA matchup.
Richard Hammond.
Richard Hampton.
I'm back in Top Gear again. Shit.
Richard Hampton. Who is Richard?
Richard Hampton.
I rewatched the Bolivia special today.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
I rewatched the specials a few weeks ago when I was recovering from surgery. It was great.
No, this is so good.
Yeah.
Richard Hampton was born June 22nd, 1937 in Lambeth, London, England, UK. He's an actor known for Pride and Prejudice, 1967, The Terrorists, 1974, and Dickens of London, 1976. He's been married to Jenny Olton since 1982.
Good for them.
Good for Richard Hampton.
Not Richmond Hampton Inn. There's also a Hampton and Richmond Borough FC. They're in the 6th level of the English football system.
Welcome to the word association portion of the Sickos Committee podcast.
That's the entire show, Bridget.
So we got Richmond at Hampton, right?
Yes.
So they're spider pirates.